Hi everyone, I am Mustafa Bingöl from Ishak University. Today I'm going to talk about student preferences for mobile learning in higher education institutions. First of all, I'm going to talk about advantages and disadvantages of mobile learning and mobile learning in higher education, then self-management of learning, and then you'll finish. In today's world, it is inevitable to use different high-tech devices, particularly smartphones, in a rapid life manner. As a result, educators who work in this sector try to take advantage of developing technology in order to implement teaching and learning process. So, applying mobile learning system to educational institutions needs special study in order to adopt and implement materials. As you know, mobile learning started to take into consideration with university staff in all over the world and especially in North America. So, some studies have investigated the acceptance of mobile learning using technology acceptance models like Wang Hu and Park and Carlson. Furthermore, students' confidence with mobile device technologies affects their acceptance of mobile learning. Therefore, there is a need to clarify the effect of mobile devices experience on the acceptance of mobile learning. Students might need training in the basic functions and applications of mobile learning technologies. As you know, this is another factor that we have to consider. Students get used how to learn mobile and applications. There are also advantages of using mobile learning for educational purposes. Mobile learning technology is more useful for doing activities outside the classroom, and such activities enable learning to be more directly connected with the real-world experiments. Moreover, learning through mobile phones outside the classroom has the advantage of better exploiting the learner's free time. Even the students on the move can improve their learning. Mobile learning allows learners to access learning materials and information from anywhere and anytime. Mobile phones can be used for formal and informal learning, where learners can access additional and personalized learning materials from the internet. So educators can use mobile phones to communicate with learners anywhere, anytime, and they deliver their materials from any time. Indeed, learners do not have to wait for a certain time to learn, or they don't need to go to a certain place to learn what is prescribed to them. Mobile learning in higher educations and innovations in cell phones and other devices allow students to have mobile access to academic emails, library stuff, podcasts or videos, internet information resources, course documents, and peer collaboration on In higher education, mobile learning is still in the beginning stage of implementation, and the concepts and instructional issues surrounding mobile learning are evolving and require further research. Understanding students' and faculty acceptance and use of mobile information service and communication technology is essential to the successful delivery of academic, organizational, library and instructional information. Before investing limited funds in developing mobile services and content, it is important that an institution be able to anticipate and account for the factors that influence students' technology acceptance. If students fail to accept the mobile technology offered to them in the academic setting, they will also fail to use the technology to search and exchange information. Therefore, divesting the organizational forms. This study also beneficial to find out that technology and mobile devices combination. When we look at the self-management of learning, is extent to which an individual feels he or she is self-disciplined and can engage in autonomous learning. Self-directed skills have been found to be a strong predictor of academic success in online learning. The importance of self-directed learning and self-management of learning is prevalent distance learning literature. Walter Minsky and Heath state that successful self-management of learning occurs when the learner has competence and skill in learning how to learn. In conclusion, mobile learning research is rapidly growing and expanding. However, there is a limited research on mobile academic library usage and mobile learning in higher education, using technology acceptance as the theoretical foundation. Mobile learning research in higher education needs to take heed both of the determinants of student usage and of the resources students wish to access. And also lecturers can promote students' acceptance of mobile learning by adding value to their traditional teaching methods using mobile learning. And lecturers need to be familiar with this new technology and be ready to be involved in the implementation plans. There is a need to motivate university lecturers, increase their awareness of mobile learning, and provide them with sufficient training. So one other obstacle is many of the mobile phones are not designed for educational purposes, so it's difficult for the learners to use them for the tasks given by the teachers, and this is partly due to the initial design of such devices and partly due to the non-existence of such developed mobile phones. Thank you very much for your attention. Unfortunately, I could not get any question. Thank you.